A huge piece of Albuquerque sports history. The Albuquerque Dukes minor league baseball team turns 100 this weekend. The iconic retro logo is alive and well. Tonight, meet the man who saved it. News 13's Chris McKee is live from Isotopes Park, where the Dukes' old stadium used to stand. Chris?
Yeah, Jessica, when the Dukes left Albuquerque in 2000, so did the team name leaving with it. But a local man snapped up the rights to that name for relatively cheap, started a business, and he hasn't looked back since.
From the heavy hitters at Albuquerque Sports Stadium to a familiar jingle. There are a ton of memories of the Albuquerque Dukes baseball team, now turning 100 years old.
It's got a history.
A history that Albuquerque native Fred Matusi remembers growing up downtown.
So I went to a cottonwood tree, which is about 15 yards, 20 yards away from the left field fence, and we sat up in the cottonwood tree watching the game.
But he's not just a fan.
So it's awesome, you know, how this is taken up.
Fred's the guy who brought the Dukes name and logo back to life.
So it was just elation that I had for that love for the Dukes.
In 2005, Fred got the rights to the Dukes logo for $1,400 in attorney fees from the old owner who hadn't used the trademark in years.
Impossible dream. It was an awesome feeling because I had that love for the Dukes.
Since then, the Dukes have turned into a merchandise boom Matusi says is worth six figures.
These are what you call the 5950s, which is the hottest hat that Albuquerque has. They fly off the shelf.
They've sold 50,000 of these new era hats and countless t-shirts, jackets, jerseys, and more worth millions.
Fred says he's not in it to get the team's name changed from the Isotopes, but rather just to protect the history of the Dukes.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, you know, like I said, it was just the love of the Dukes. I wanted to keep the story going.
He says it's not about the money either.
You know, it's just, it wasn't a business decision, it was a love affair. Yeah, you know, I keep saying that word love, but, you know, I just grabbed onto it.
Now, Matusi and his business partner, Steve Palmazzano, say you might see Duke stuff everywhere. That doesn't necessarily mean, though, that they're making a ton of money off of this stuff. They say most of the stuff is actually licensed, and the royalty fees don't earn them all that much. They say they're still a small business with 2 people in all running the whole thing. Jessica, back to you.
All right, thank you, Chris. The Dukes trademarks owners say a lot of their money has gone into attorney fees as well for big issues like negotiating the ball cap deal with New Era and going after a growing number of people who are using the Dukes logo without permission.